Hi guys, it's Legionero back with another video, and today I'm going to show you the 3 ways that I do zipper tabs. So what I have here, these are some clutch bags that I'm going to be making, and I am going to add zipper tabs to my zippers. And these zippers I'm using, these are just zippers in my stash. They're separating zippers. I'm going to cut them, so it doesn't really matter, that they're separating zippers because I'm going to cut them. And well, I'll get into that in 1 second. So you're going to need the bag that you're actually going to add the zipper tabs to. You're going to need some zipper tabs. These are about 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. So that's just the size that I'm using. These tabs can be larger than your zipper because you're going to end up cutting them down anyway. So just make sure when you do cut your zipper tabs, they're at least 2.5 inches wide and no longer than 4 inches long, right? But these just happen to be the same on both ends because that's how I cut them. So these are 2 3/4 and 2 3/4. But again, make sure that when you cut your zipper tabs, they're at least 2.5 inches wide by at least or no longer than 4 inches long. All right, so I'm going to set these red ones aside. You're going to need some either pins or clips. I'm using clips. You're going to need some scissors. This is just for demonstration purposes only. You don't need this clover pin. A ruler may be handy. I have my little Cricut mini press here I'm using for my iron, and then I have my wool ironing mat. All right, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of my pieces. Of course, you need your sewing machine and your coordinating thread. All right, so my pieces that I'm doing, my clutch bags, measure 12 by 8. All right, so how I like to do my zipper tabs, I want to make sure I have at least a 1/2 inch on both ends. Because my seam allowance is a 1/2 inch. I'm sewing with a 1/2 inch seam allowance when I get ready to sew my clutch bags or makeup bags together. All right, so I mark a 1/2 inch. So therefore I know that my zipper and my zipper tabs can't be longer than that 1/2 inch on both sides. So what I'm going to do, so since it's 12 here, this brings it down to 11 because I took off a 1/2 inch on both sides. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut my zipper down. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut my zipper down to 9.5. All right, and I'm going to make sure I cut on both ends. So I'm just going to take a 1/2 inch off of this end. And this is if you're using a longer zipper. So I would say if you're cutting your bag the same size as mine, you need at least a 9-inch zipper. All right, and then you can kind of start from there on how you want to modify that zipper or cut it down or what you want to do. right? But just make sure whatever your seam allowance is, mine is a 1/2 inch, you want your zipper tabs to stop at that 1/2 inch mark because you're going to need this for your seam allowance. All right, so that's one end. So I said my zipper is going to be 9.5. Always, always, always pull your zipper pull down. You don't want to cut this zipper and then your zipper pull is cut off as well. That will be a no-go. All right. So it's not the prettiest cut, but that's okay. All right. So now my zipper is cut down to about a 9.5. Be careful with your zipper pull. You don't want to pull your zipper pull all the way off. So be careful with the zipping and unzipping and cutting. All right. So I'm going to set this aside for just a few minutes. And I'm going to take my ironing pad here. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you on one end of the zipper how I do one method. Then the other end of the zipper, I'm going to show you how to do the other method. All right. So take your zipper tab, fold it in half. Press, then fold that crease to the center on one side, and then fold the other side to the crease. So you're folding each side to the center. And then you fold it onto itself in half and press. Then you take your zipper and you just place your zipper in between, sandwich it in between. Alright, you sandwich your zipper in between and you pin or clip. Alright, and then we're going to take it to the sewing machine and then sew down this edge. And if you're using this method for both ends, you would just do the same thing you did with one tab and do it just like this and put it on the other end. And you sew down that edge. But what I'm going to do, now that's the first method I use for my zipper tab. The second method is I just take the zipper tab, I place it, and if this was printed, the right side will be facing the zipper pull. Alright, so basically right side's facing. So the right side of your zipper is facing the right side of your zipper tab. Right? So if this was printed, my pretty side would be facing the right side of the zipper. I'm going to take it to the sewing machine. I'm going to sew down this edge. Alright, so this next method, the third method, what I'm going to do, I am going to, and you don't necessarily have to press these in half. I'm just going to press them in half so they'll stay in place better. So I'm just going to fold them in half and press. I'm going to take my zipper and I'm going to Oh, before I do that, if you're using this method, when you fold it in half and press, make sure that you're folding the right side spacing. All right, so fold and press with the right side spacing. So my pretty side would be pressed together, right? So you'll take your zipper, you'll place it in between, you sandwich your zipper in between and clip it in place. And you're going to sew down this edge, making sure that you, about 1/8 of an inch, making sure you catch the end of the zipper as well as the zipper tab. Right? And I'm just going to place this other end on the other end of the zipper. And again, remember the pretty sides are facing. All right, so the wrong side of your zipper tab should be facing up. And you clip this in place. And we are going to sew down these edges. All right? All right. And you're sewing down this open edge here, all right, to secure it in place. About 1/8 of an inch. Making sure to catch the zipper tabs on both sides and the zipper. Go slow, depending on your machine. Go slow over those zipper teeth. You don't want to break your needle. All right, so I got it from this side, and I also got it from this side. And then I can trim off these edges. All right, so this is the second method where I place the right side. So if this was printed, this would be the right side. So the right side is facing the right side of the zipper. So now I'm just going to sew about 1/8 of an inch, making sure you catch the zipper tab and the zipper. About 1/8 of an inch, I would say. Now what you're going to do, right, you have it like this. You're going to bring this over, and I'm just going to finger press this, and make sure you get it nice and straight. All right. Right, so this is where I sewed it. I'm just flipping that over, and I'm making sure it's nice and neat and straight. I'm putting a crease there. So I'm going to flip it over. So now the wrong side of my zipper is facing up. And I may take this to the ironing board so you can see it better. Fold down the raw edge. And it depends on you, how wide you want your zipper tab. I'm going to fold down my raw edge about 1/2 an inch. Fold it once 1/2 an inch. And then fold it again about 1/2 an inch. All right. So, again, if you need to take it to the ironing board to press it so it'll stay in place better, do that. So, all right. So I started like this. This is the side that I sewed. Fold it over. All right. Press it down. Flip it over so the wrong side of your zipper is facing up. fold down this raw edge about a 1/2 inch, and then fold it over again a 1/2 inch, and you're covering the zipper. And make sure it's even on both sides, all right? If it's not even on both sides, just kind of maneuver it a little bit so that these two sides here are even. So when you sew it, you're catching both sides, right? I'm just gonna put a clip there and a clip here. And you're just gonna sew down this edge just like you did the other side. All right. And again, making sure you catch both ends. Alright. And now you have a nice and neat zipper tab, just like the other end. I hope you can see that. Black is kind of hard. I probably should have did a different color thread. Sorry, guys. But you got a zipper tab, and you caught it on both ends. And then you can trim down your zipper tab, right? So my first zipper is done. I have scissors in here. Right, so you can just take your scissors, or you can leave it on if you want to, but you're gonna end up trimming it anyway. Either way, you're gonna trim it. So you can wait till after you sew it to trim it, or you can sew it or trim it before you sew it to your bag. All right, you have your zipper tabs. All right. Now, this third method where we folded it in half and press, and we sandwiched our zipper in between here, right? And remember, your pretty sides are facing, and you sandwiched your zipper in between. So I'm just gonna sew about 1/8 of an inch, making sure you catch the zipper tab and the zipper, end of the zipper. Right, once you do that, you open it up. Give it a good press, or I'm just gonna finger press it. And then you are going to top stitch down that edge, right? And these are your raw open edges on this end, but you're gonna top stitch down this edge. Right, and then you can trim off these edges again, just like you did the other ones. Let me do the other side real quick. So, got my pretty sides facing, got my zipper sandwiched in between, and I'm just gonna sew down this folded edge here. About 1/8 of an inch. Then I open these up. kind of press them together. Just kind of make sure you get those lined up nice and straight. And then top stitch down that edge. All right, so before we go back to the table and I show you how I add these to my bags, with this particular method here, do you know, you see those bags where it may have a front zip pocket, not a top zipper, but the front zip pocket on a bag? And I wish I had something that I could show you. If you know what my Annie Pack pattern looks like, that has a zipper. It has a top zipper like this, and then it also has a zipper kind of like here, like maybe 2.5, 3 inches down. There's a zipper opening here in the front of my Annie Pack pattern. So this method would go great. You would make your zipper shorter and do your zipper tabs, and then that way, and you would do zipper tabs the same color as your bag, and everything would kind of blend and flow together like that. I wish I had a better example to show you. If I can find a picture of my Annie Pack pattern, I will pop a picture on the screen of it so you can kind of see what I'm talking about with that front zipper. All right, but I like this method for that type of bag. And then the first method I did where you fold it in half, and then you fold the halves together, and then you fold it one more time. I like that method the best. That seems to be the easiest method, kind of straightforward method. All right, so let's go back to the table and let's put these with bags. I thought I was gonna need the red ones, but I didn't. I was able to show you all 3 methods with the black. All right, so remember I have my 1/2 inch seam allowance here. So I'll just take my zipper. I'm gonna go ahead and trim down this other one to the other side. All right, so, and it's a smidge shorter, but that's okay. Right, so you would sew your bag just like you would sew all your other bags. So since this is shorter, what I'll probably do next time, I will cut my zipper down to 10 inches instead of 9.5 next time. So that's what I would do next time, because I got maybe 3/4 of an inch seam allowance here instead of a 1/2 inch, but that's absolutely fine. So you take your zipper and you would place it with the right side of the zipper facing the right side of the fabric, and you pin it in place or clip it in place. And you all have seen me make bags before, so you know what I'm about to do. I'm not gonna sew the whole bag on the video. So I will take it to the sewing machine, sew down this edge, and then I will take the other side of my bag and add it to the other side of the zipper. All right. And then I'll finish sewing up my bag. Now with this one, again, you can trim it down. guess we'll see in a few minutes how the rest of this video goes. Alright, so this is the third method that I did, and this one is closer to the 1/2 inch seam allowance. Alright. But again, I would prefer to use this method if I were doing like a front pocket zipper. Let me see if I can find an Annie pack. Let's see if I have one already made. Stand by. Found one. Alright, so this is my Annie pack bag. It's like a fanny pack. So my mom's name is Annie. So I did a kind of play on words. So I do a adjustable strap here, and you wear it around your waist. I'll see if I can find a picture and pop it on the screen. But this is the front zipper that I was talking about, and you see how here this is the end of the zipper, and also here's the end of the zipper, and you can kind of see on the inside, you can kind of see the fabric, the lining fabric, when you open it up like that. So if I were to use this, the third method, now let's just imagine that this zipper is, you know, spot on. So what I would have done, I would have used this third method, and so instead of seeing this end here and this end here, the zipper would have just kind of blended, because my zipper tabs would have been the same color as my outside fabric. So it would have flowed continuously, right, instead of having those breaks on the end. So that's why I like this third method for this type of zipper, like a front zipper. So it'll seem more seamless. See, like right here, you can see the zipper, end of the zipper. And if I didn't catch all the zipper, you would see these ends of the zipper tape here. So, but with this method, everything would kind of flow together. All right. So, all right, guys. So I wanted to. All right, guys. Hopefully you can see this. I can't really tell. But you see how nice and neat your zipper tabs come out, right? When you do the zipper tabs. Like once you have your whole completed bag sewn up, and you have your zipper tabs there on the end. I can't tell. Let me see if I can point this light. Yeah, your zipper tabs come out really nice. There's no raw edges showing, right? And it just gives your bag a more nice, clean, and professional look. All right. All right, so that's it, guys. Those are the 3 ways that I do zipper tabs. And really the third method is for a completely different type of purse. I really wouldn't use this to make my makeup bags. I would use it for, like I said, like a front zipper or something like that. But yeah. So that is it. If you have any questions for me, you can place them in the comments below, and I'll make sure I answer all of your questions. If you like this video, click the thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe, and also hit the notification bell so you'll be notified each time I post a new video. All right, I'll see you in my next video.